Hello again, Todd Clemens, Okeechobee Livestock Market, and here's your weekly market report. Well, we dodged a bullet. Isaias, the name has been butchered so many times this week, and by the way, what is the origin of that name? Somebody let me know. I don't know. Is it Spanish or Portuguese, or what's the origin of Isaias? Everybody's butchered it pretty bad. We were preparing for that storm last week. We were supposed to get it over the weekend, and a lot of our cattle that come into the sale here on Monday come in on the weekend, and so we didn't have a very big sale Monday, or really Tuesday for that matter. We had close to 700 Monday and close to 900 on Tuesday, 1,500 and something head, and we should probably have 2,500 head this time of year. So numbers were off, but I think it had to do with Isaias, and also lobster season. Miniseason was last week, and I know a lot of people went down to the Keys. I heard some people did good and heard some other people didn't do so good, but hope everybody had a good time. So we need to get back to work here. We're behind on cattle. We need to catch up on our runs. So I think everybody's going to get back to work this week, and we should have a good run of cattle next week. Prices are holding up extremely well. I mean, I don't say that they're just dollars higher, but they are firmly steady. Calves are selling really good, still in light of the coronavirus and the shutdowns of everything, which is ridiculous and getting more ridiculous by the day. I mean, they're talking about schools now, maybe not even opening back up, which really is really bad. Talking about schools too, congratulations to Krista Stanley, Teacher of the Year in Florida from Okeechobee. 170,000 applicants, and a teacher from Okeechobee, a math teacher at the junior high school, I guess you call them these days. Anyway, congratulations, that's awesome. Education's important. We need to get our kids back in school. Another thing that went on last week out in Denver, Colorado, NCBA had some meetings and they made a resolution. They were talking about price discovery and how we need more price discovery, and we've been talking about that a long time. Packers are buying just a few percentage of their cattle on the cash market, and they're using the formula and a non-negotiated price to buy these cattle from. So we need a basis price that's discovered purely by the negotiated buyer-seller bidding process. NCBA came out with a resolution attesting to the fact we need more price discovery. However, their resolution was voluntary. This is a voluntary raise the minimum negotiated cash trade through the regions of the feedlots, which I don't know really if that made a lot of sense. It didn't to me, because if you ask the packers voluntarily, okay, you need to buy more cash cattle, what do you think is going to happen? The same thing that's happening now. They're going to buy the cattle as cheap as they can. They do not want to report their formula trades. It's not transparent. There's no transparency. There needs to be more transparency and less of that confidentiality stuff that's going on. And anyway, we're all for the 50-14 that Senator Grassley has in the Senate, and also there is a House bill there for that. And this is a mandatory to raise the price discovery up to a mandatory level of 50% of all cattle bought by packers will be bought on a negotiated cash price. Now, NCBA's resolution went on to say that if the voluntary side of it didn't work, then they would have NCBA staff and researchers come up with a plan, but that they would agree with a regulatory mandated something that would be regulatory if the voluntary deal didn't work out. So at least they said that. But I mean, why don't we just come on out with it and say, come on, packers, you need to get that percentage of those cash cattle trades up so that we know what's going on. Producers down here in Florida sure could use that. That would help us a lot. Like I said, calf prices were pretty steady. Cows and bulls Monday were, I mean, it was a hot slaughter class market. I'm telling you, we had some cows up in the mid to upper 70s, And I think some of those guys probably got scolded a little bit Monday night because Tuesday the cow market wasn't as hot as it was Monday. It was still good, but Monday it really rang a bell, and we had a lot of cows come in. Seminole Tribe sent in a lot of cows, and boy, it paid off for them, that's for sure. So I think that's about all I can think of to say. But as far as the high prices for the week, 7 JP cattle from Venus had a little 225-pound calf bring $222.50 bought by DNS. And Byron Story, way to go Byron, Janet, and the crew down there in Moorhaven, had a 1,330-pound cow bring 80 cents bought by FPL. That's your market report. Thank you.